record. And then I'm going to share my screen with you guys. All right. Can you guys see this PowerPoint right here? Yes, no? Okay. Let me scroll up here. Okay, so like I said, this is just gonna be a little insight into our Beachbody family and also about Facebook ads. I kind of just like wanted to pick Allison's brain and also Jason's brain a little bit because I know that we are all kind of curious, like where we kind of came about and what team originated and all that stuff. So I've got a little information about that for you guys, which is kind of cool. First of all, let's start off the call with some shout outs. Mary Harper is a Ruby coach as of today. That is absolutely incredible. She has been in this business for 4 months. 4 months, guys. And if you don't know what a Ruby coach is, it's basically like teetering on diamond. I mean, she pretty much needs like one more coach. But a Ruby coach is 3 coaches on each side, and you have two of those are also Emerald, where a diamond coach is 8 coaches total, 4 on each side. So she is so close. Huge shout out to Mary. Also Sabrina, she's a brand new coach and she sold her first challenge pack. That's huge. Ange is now a business starter. So that is a huge accomplishment too. Okay, so let's just like do a little SC check here. And also if you guys, I hope most of you guys are on Team Cup. If you're not, if let's say that you just missed it this time or this month, please, whenever these opportunities are available for you guys, jump on it. I mean, it's silly, honestly, not to, because Team Cup is all about us like building relationships within our team, striving towards goals together, and we get rewarded by Beachbody anyway for our, our effort and how well we do. So you might as well try it, right? Right now I'm sitting at 6, Allison is 2, Jennifer Cheney has 2, Sabrina has 2, Angel has 2, and Paige has 1. So that's pretty good. And we're just in the first week of the month. So that's awesome. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about our roots, where it all started. I dug a little bit deep with this, and I don't have a whole lot of information, but I have some. Back in December of 2006, the very end of December, a man named Blake and a woman named Angie, their last name is Warrington, they went to the headquarters in California, and they loved the Beachbody products. They were into health and fitness, and they were 2 of the 30 founders from the start of the coaching network to be Beachbody coaches. So that's pretty cool. Their team name is Team Fit Revolution, and they are in the Millionaires Club. So obviously they are doing very well. They have a website, committostayfit.com. If you're curious what they look like, here's a picture of them. That's the most recent picture I could find. I think it's fairly recent. So a very nice family. And I've heard good things too. Like I said, I haven't really had conversations back and forth with them, but I know that Jason had, and he said that they are a very nice family. They helped him out when he first started his business, really into like just this business and helping other coaches. They are from California, and they now reside in Idaho. Before Beachbody, they were bankrupt. They were in a pretty bad situation. And now obviously they are doing well. They're making millions with this. And I found stated somewhere that they were able to make millions with this business in 3 to 4 years. So that is pretty darn good, especially for starting it up. All right. Okay, now to Facebook advertisement. Why do we want to advertise on Facebook? Basically to narrow your market. You want to narrow your market when you're doing these ads. You want to zone in on your brand. So think about who you are as a person, who you want to attract, to get seen more, to reach more people, save some time. And the reason I say time is like initially just trying to find the time to like go out and find these people where you can set an ad and it will target those certain people. So it saves you some time. It's quick and direct. And this is just a little kind of statistics for you. There are 1.59 billion Facebook users. That is crazy, right? Less than 1% of that population are Beachbody coaches. So if you're feeling that sometimes, oh my gosh, this like market's so like saturated with Beachbody coaches. No, it's not. There is so much opportunity out there for growth in your business. And I can tell you firsthand, and maybe I'm just the oddball, but when I first signed up to be a Beachbody coach, I didn't know anything about Beachbody, okay? So you might be seeing like a lot of coaching posts or whatever because maybe they're targeting your lifestyle and what you like. So don't let that skew your thinking to think like the market's saturated, which it's really not saturated. Okay, so let's talk about some Facebook ad tips. People are on Facebook for socialization. So just think about this in the back of your mind. They're not there to buy something. So this is not like Amazon or one of those companies that you are getting online to purchase something. Facebook is all about connecting and building relationships. So think about this when you're creating an ad. You never want to appear salesy. You never, and I know all of us, maybe some of us, like I know I had when I first started, you never want to throw up a stock image of Beachbody. That is just a turnoff and it's not personal. You want to think of what your target audience is into and what you want them to see. Make your ad time sensitive. So for example, people are way too busy these days, right? To often even think about, oh gosh, they may think, oh, I'll get around to that. That looked like a cool opportunity. Maybe I'll think about it for a little while and I'll get back to them. Well, time ticks by and my gosh, they don't get back to you, right? So make your ad time sensitive. I'm looking for 5 women, or make it even like they have to sign up by a certain time. Whatever you think is appropriate, do that to add a little bit extra push. And it might kind of attract more urgency to your ad. And ultimately, and this might be the most important one, be you. We always say this in Beachbody, be you, but it's so true. Be you. And your words that you're saying in their ad, talk to your audience like you would talk to a best friend. That's going to make you feel warm. That's going to make you feel real to this person that's viewing your ad. Okay. There's 3 different types of placements of an ad. It can be on a laptop/desktop news feed. It can be on a mobile news feed. The reason I put a little star by that is because I feel like that's a very important one because you think about it too. The majority of people that are on Facebook, they have their phones and they're scrolling, whatever, they're, I don't know, at work or wherever they are and they're scrolling on their phone. So think about that. And there's also an option to put it in your right-hand column. Now, if you have it in the right-hand column, there's only up to 2 ads per page. So yours might get seen and there might be another ad up there too, okay? Your page likes. Okay, so again, this has to do with your business like page, but getting likes on your Facebook page can be a great thing for a few reasons. You can establish a strong credibility on your social media site. So when someone's researching your business or your page and they find your page, they see that you have a good amount of happy customers. And what I mean by happy customers, and I know for goodness sakes, I mean, my gosh, it's taken me a while to get the likes that I have on my page. And I even have some posts on there now that doesn't get a whole lot of traction. But if they're seeing like, maybe you should spice it up. Maybe if you're only getting 1, 2 likes, spice it up a little bit. Once you get enough people that actually like your page, that can make it more interactive, that they would want to comment on something. So that just shows that you have a good flow going. As soon as someone follows you, your business posts will sometimes show up in their news feed free of charge. So honestly, guys, it is absolutely silly not to have a business/like page. Absolutely silly. That gets you more exposure on social media. And let's face it, you can double post if you want to. I do a lot of double posting on my personal page and my Facebook page or my like page, but I try to spice it up too. Like I don't put all of my I don't know, like family stuff on my like page. I put it more, fitness, health, if I have a cool recipe, whatever. Maybe it's an eye-catching picture of food, whatever it is. So I try to spice that up a little bit. Fans to like page. So once you have driven all of these fans to your like page, it's equally as important to continue to engage with them. And that goes again to the whole point where once you start even getting like, I don't know, over 2,000 or whatever likes on your page, if you barely have any likes on your post or comments, that shows maybe you need to have a little bit more direction. Maybe you need to change up things a little bit. You want people to visit your page and see a lot of different interactions. And you know what? I saw this also in a training. Let's say that you put a post up there and all your other posts are getting, I don't know, 5 likes or whatever. And this one post that you have up there, let's say it got 0 likes. Don't be afraid to delete that post or hide that post so that when someone comes to your page, they view more posts that have likes or interactions on it. So that's something to think about down the future too. And this goes back to the same thing. It's nice to gain quick sales with a few advertisements. Many sales cycles require more relationship building. So relationships with those people interacting. I have to stop my screen share and I'm going to go to my business page just so I can show you guys how to create an ad. That's a little bit more, I think it's a better way to do it because I've been hitting the boost post, since I started coaching. And that is a complete waste of your money. Stop doing that as of tonight. Don't ever do it. Okay, so let me stop this and then I'll bounce back to my other page. Okay. Can you guys see my Facebook page? Yeah, okay. All right, so first of all, actually, let me move this down a little bit. Okay, so this is my my business page. Let me go to my regular page too, because I just want to make a point of this that I actually wasn't aware of at first when I first created a business page or like page. If you get a notification, like let's say someone messaged you or someone commented on your like page, you're not going to see this up here on your personal page. You know how like the two of them flow together, but you're still not going to see that. So you need to check your business page periodically. So I'm going over to my business page. And guys, if you have not created a business/like page yet, make sure you have your name somewhere in the title, okay? It just helps flow back when you're like, friend requesting maybe some people. So there is my business page. Okay, so let's talk about boosting or, trying to gain more traction through your page. Let's say, okay, I really want to boost a post or I want to promote my page. This is what I want you guys to do. Go up here, okay? And you can write this down. This will also be like recorded so you can listen to it again. And you're gonna go to create ads. I'm just gonna click continue. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you an example of promoting your page because I did something different last week and I found it to be really effective. Like I'm actually starting to get quality people that like my page. And I'll share with you exactly how I did it. So I'm going to hit on promote your page. Okay, so move this over. So see this little dial over here? This is going to be something to really pay close attention to, all right? So locations, drop that down and see where it says people who live in this location, people recently in this location, traveling. Personally, I want people who live in this location. I don't want people traveling in there because they could live out of the country and really that's not going to do anything for me. So people who live in this location. You can pick United States and then also Canada because Beachbody is in Canada too. So those are the 2 locations I typically pick. And you can see like once I just even hit those 2, my potential reach is that number right there, okay? So now the rest of it really, it has to do with you and who you want to attract. Each one of us on this call is going to want to attract a little bit different market. Okay. So for me personally, I would probably change this to 28. Or 38. Oh, good. Christy's on here too. Let me see if I can reach you. Okay. And then I want to target women. So I'm going to click on women. See how this has gone down already? That potential reach. Languages, English, right? Okay, let me scroll down so you guys can see this better. Because there's two options on English. So English, I pick English US. Okay, now this is where the meat and potatoes becomes on your actual like audience. So you have to think about who you are as a person and who you want to attract. So right here, let me just delete some of this stuff actually. Motherhood, that's a biggie for me. I love working with moms. So I'm going to keep motherhood up there, and it'll tell you like when you click on a category, how many potential people that will be, in that category. Now, there's several ways you can do this. See at the top, it says include people who match at least one of the following. So if I typed in, I don't know, fashion, whatever it is, and that in here also, that person could like either motherhood or fashion. I do not want to do that. I want to add another category to it. So you can go here to narrow your audience. So now it says, and must also match at least one of the following. Okay, so let me just think of something here. So I'll just put Women's Health Magazine. Okay. And that's thinking. So see, the potential reach has gone down even more. Now, here's something to think about too. You can exclude things. Actually, I'm going to do one more thing too. So must at least include this one too. So I'm a nurse, right? So registered nurse. You could put teacher, whatever you are. Registered nurse. Okay, so see how that's dropped down drastically down here, that number? Now, you can also exclude people who you want to target. So let's just say that I want to exclude people that like Herbalife. Here we go, Herbalife. And again, this is like, literally, you have to play around with this. See how this dropped a little bit? Let's say, I don't know, Advocare. And that's narrowed down anymore. So you want to narrow it down. You want to either do it this way, you can do it this way, and add more interest that you want these people to have. The kind of happy medium number that you want this to actually be is around 3,000 to 4,000. That seems like from a lot of the training videos that I've watched, it seems like that's like a happy zone. And it will tell you up here too. Sorry, let me move this again. Your audience selection is fairly broad. So again, when this goes kind of in the middle, that's the happy region. So play around with it. Obviously, if this market that you picked, if this category is not working, you can always alter it too. So let's just say that I got to 4,000 people after all my alterations, right? You can click on here, and this is for page likes, so it's a little bit different than your actual boosted ad probably. So obviously for my page likes, I want this to go to people that haven't already liked my page. So I'm gonna leave this up here, okay? You can save this audience if you'd like. Now, daily budget. This is absolutely a personal thing. However you want to try, whatever your budget is. I'm just gonna type in like $5, okay? You can run it continuously, or you can do like a start and end time to it, whatever you have going on. Now, let's say if it was like an ad on I don't know, a challenge group, or even if it was a free group, if you wanted to boost it or promote it, you can do that maybe like closer to like when that would start, or closer to when they need to order their challenge pack by. So just think about dates too. And when you do it by date, you can actually change the time in there too. So I'm just gonna pick continuously. And again, here it will tell you your estimated daily reach. Now, this is something I have not fooled around with a lot, but you can, for bidding, you can do automatic, and that lets Facebook set the bid that helps you get the most page likes at the best price. So they're pretty much, they've got people on this and they figure this is the best way, right? Or you can do manual, where you would enter a bid based on what page likes are worth to you. So if you decide to do this, you know, if you decide to fool around with the bidding or the manual bid, I've heard that 20 cents is a good amount to do that for, or do that with. Right here it says 30 cents, but I've heard 20 cents is kind of a good starting point. So you could try that if you'd like to. I have not tried the bidding part on the manual. Okay, so let's just say that I am happy with all of this. Then I go to choose ad creative. Okay, this is where the fun begins, because I didn't even realize you could do this. You can select images that are gonna like kind of go through like a slideshow for these people to view, or you can do a video. Okay, now another training I watched shows that videos do hands down better than actual images. So now by the video, and I actually did a video. Now it's not me talking. It's like a slide. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? This is, I'm sorry. I messed up. So the select images, that's just like a couple images that will pop up. The video is a slideshow where they'll see a bunch of different images scroll through. Now the video that I did, now you got to think about this too. When people are seeing this video, what kind of image they want to see, right? So I did me, like a fitness picture of me. I did me with my kids because I'm trying to target moms. I did a picture of like a pretty healthy meal because I figured people are so into food. And I've realized that too, even on my like page, people like my food pictures a lot. So that's huge. I think that'd be a great option too to put up in there. I think you can choose up to 5. So that's a great thing to do. And then you just select the video after you've done and you scroll down. Now I didn't set anything yet, so it just shows my page here. So there, like I said in the beginning of this PowerPoint, there's different ways that it'll show up on your mobile desk feed, your right column feed. You can remove these if you do not wish to have those, but I would strongly suggest definitely keeping the mobile news feed because there's so many people on their phones. Back up to here. Now I would probably change this around a little bit. I would definitely put, and there's limited spaces on here, so you can't type a whole lot, but I would probably put like over here, like click here to like my page or something like that, that gives people a little bit more direction of what they're supposed to do. You would think, you would take it for granted they would like your page, but you know, it doesn't hurt to have that extra little direction. Okay, so after you're happy, then all you do is place order and then bam, it's done. Now let me get out of here because I'm not going to place this order. So back to mine, and I'll just show you guys too some of the people that I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've gotten a lot more likes and quality likes over the past week or two that I've done it this way, because I'm not getting these random people that I feel like have nothing like, you know, in common with me. So I've gotten a lot more quality people and I've gotten more likes too. So your audience is narrower and you're targeting that specific audience. And one thing that I forgot to mention too, I wish I would plug this in. When you're doing interest, and I wrote this down here because I think this is so important to put in there, include, and this has got to be in one of those boxes that you definitely include, type in above average spending. So that's going to target people that typically spend a little more than the average person, right? We want people that are going to spend a little bit of money. So when you're doing this, type in above average spending and use that as one of your interests. Okay, so that's just a little tip, and that will narrow your search down a little bit more too. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my page. Let me see if I can get on the specific likes here. So and I'm going to run you through like a conversation that I had with one of my people that liked my page. I show this in my team page, but just so everyone can see it. And again, like I try to connect with a lot of these people. I don't just, when they like my page, I don't want to just ignore them. Like I want to interact with them somehow, because if I ignore them, I'm going to end up with a bunch of, and unfortunately, like this one didn't get a lot of likes. This got like 2, thinking, look at Mark and my father-in-law, supportive. But if you don't, then you're not going to get a ton of likes on your post. So you want to make sure that you are interacting with these people that like your page. So for me, this one girl liked my page. I saw a picture of her and I was like, I feel like I could really connect with her. So I'll just run you through a little sneak peek of what I did. So here was the girl, and let me just show you a picture of her too, so you can see, because this was an important image. Okay, so she liked my business page, right? So right away I was like, oh yeah, of course she's a pretty girl and she's got a baby. Hello, like that's me. So I can relate to that. So this was the start of the conversation that I sent her. And I said, okay, so your profile pic caught my attention. So adorable. I'm a NICU nurse in parentheses as well as fitness coach, because let's face it, she knows I'm a fitness coach. She liked my page. So your pic touched my heart. Isn't being a mom the best thing ever? When you're having conversations with these people, you want to end with a question, because that almost like makes them feel obligated to reply and not ignore you and be rude. So if you just said, hey, thanks for liking my page, that's it. Like I would probably ignore that message also. So try to think about how to engage these people. Luckily, she wrote back and she just wrote, it's definitely the best. Also the most challenging. Glad I found you. I'm always looking for more inspiration and positivity. Love that you are not only a caregiver at work, but also a mom, fitness coach, and faith-based. Love, love, love Jesus. So obviously I know this girl. I mean, she has very similar, and know this girl that has, she has similar interests, and I can relate to her. So right away I was like, yes, like another person that I can relate to. So I simply wrote her something very casual, but this was kind of my transition point where I was like trying to introduce not the business, but like fitness a little bit. So I put, I'm so happy we connected too. And it's so awesome finding women that share the same values. I would love for you to be in any of my groups you might see me post about. Whenever you may be up for a fitness challenge, you would love connecting with these other moms that we have in our group. So I just wanted to send you a warm welcome. So I put that because obviously she said, she's looking for inspiration, positivity. She's kind of telling her what is a little bit about her. So that's what I threw back at her. And she did something very casual back. And she said, thank you so much. I'll be on the lookout for groups that you're talking about. Now, at this point, like, I don't want to put any more pressure on this girl because I feel like she's been very receptive. So I kind of just left it right now. I just put, awesome. I hope you have an amazing week. My plan for this girl is next month, I am going to invite her to a challenge group. Because you know what? She has actually seen my challenge group post on my like page because it was like the first post up there. So I know she's seen a little bit about it. So I don't want to say, oh yeah, I've got this fitness challenge like right now, because I know she already knows about that. So I don't want to put too much pressure. So you know what? I'll write her name down and I will reconnect with her, and maybe sporadically throughout the month, I might like some of her stuff. And this is a tip too. Let's say that you have someone that you think would be awesome in a challenge group, or maybe it's a coaching op, whatever it is that's about to come up. The day before, what I will do is I'll get on their Facebook page, I will comment on something, or I'll like something on their page. What this does is this drives up your affinity with this certain person so that your next post the following morning is most likely to show up on her newsfeed. So you have a little bit better chance that she's going to be able to view your post. So that's just a little tip to throw out there. One thing, let me see if I can pull this up too. maybe people have experienced this too, where they're like, oh my gosh, my ad will not boost. I like can't get it to work. And I went through a lot of frustration with that too. Facebook does have restrictions as far as your ads. You know, it can't be a before and after picture. It can't have but like 20% text. And my thought was like, what the heck does 20% text mean? Like, how do I figure that out? That seemed like a foreign concept to me, because I went through like a month where nothing was going through and I got so frustrated. I just like gave up. So let me save you some time. Okay, let me see. What is the name of this website? social-contest.com. Save that website. What you can do is you can upload an image that you want to boost, okay? You can plug it into here. And what it does is, so how it's based off is they have this grid system, and in each box, they measure the amount of text. So with this neat little application here, I can choose my file. I uploaded a picture, right? So on the left-hand column over here, it'll tell you the percentage of images that contain text. And this can't be any more than 20%. And this is one that didn't boost. Now, you guys looking at this, like, it doesn't seem like a lot of text to me. At least it didn't. Okay. So you can go here. That's 0. You got to click on it. Sorry. Okay. So we're up to 8% now, right? 8, 12%, 16%, 20%. So I know I'm going to go over. So if I had have known that before, I could have literally made that text where it says Mom Boss Apprenticeship a little bit smaller and it would have gone through. So save yourself some time. Go on this website. If you have any questions about an image that you want to put up there for an ad, it's social-contacts.com. So that might save you some time. That's it. Let me see if there was anything else that I wanted to tell you here. Oh, and you know what, about I mentioned this in the beginning of our Zoom meeting. You know how I told you there was like, you know, crazy amount of people on Facebook, and less than 1% of those people are coaches. Get this. I read this somewhere. I forget what training this was. Out of all of the Beachbody coaches, about 15% of them are truly working the business. What does that tell you alone? So everyone on this call right now is in that 15%. Like, you guys want to make this work. You can make this work. This is all about you. This is your business. And if I know we all have those days where like, oh my gosh, do I have to private message one more person? Or, oh, I don't want to wake up this early. Whatever it is. I don't want to respond back. I don't want to open up my messages. I know they have probably like 10 messages, or whatever it is. Like, just push through, guys. It is so worth it. I mean, my gosh, like I think I'm like, I don't know, maybe Allison knows better than I do, but I think I'm like almost at exactly a year point that I've been in this business. And I've seen so much growth, not only in myself as a person. I feel like I've connected with so many different friends. Like, I feel like everyone on my team is like my best friend. Like, I love you guys so much. I'm not just saying that. So I feel like it just not only betters me, it betters, you know, like me physically, mentally. I can't even tell you what this business has done for me. And I cannot even imagine 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. Like, you know, for each of you, this is what I want to get this point across to you. Each of you has the same capabilities to run this business, to make this business huge. Everybody on this call tonight has that potential. So keep pushing. It is totally worth it. We just have to keep on going. And never, never, never forget your why. Your why might change a month from now. Write it down again. If you want to, film a video about it. Whatever it is, just plug that in your brain and let that fuel your fire. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you, everyone on the call. And if anyone has a question, I'm going to slowly like scroll down just to see. Just raise your hand. Okay, hang on. Okay, let me go to Terry. You're up.
Oh, hey. So I noticed that you were friends with that girl, Mia, right?
Uh-huh.
So do you have to friend request her first before you can message her?
You know what? That's a very good question, Terry. I I never knew this, but I actually watched this in one of the trainings, and this girl was talking about paying like $1 to like message somebody on her.
They don't do that anymore. They
Okay,
used
that was
to.
old. Okay, so
Now,
well, here's why I brought this up is because I have messaged someone before on my business page, just like through Steph Hall Resourceful Mom,
mhm,
and they never get it. And then I'll
right.
friend request them later, and they'll say, "Oh gosh," and maybe I start up a new conversation, and they say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like I never got that message before."
Mhm.
So I know there's some restrictions, and I truly believe that is all based upon their settings, their personal settings on
Right.
Facebook. So
Okay.
for me, I feel more comfortable if I'm going to talk with somebody, I'm going to friend request them first. And you know what? That actually makes it more personal too, because I feel like
Right.
I'm talking to them as a personal person, and like not just as my business, if that makes sense.
It does, because I try to friend request the ones that I feel like I can connect with, like the
Yeah.
nurses, the oncology nurses or whatever.
Uh huh.
And they don't always either don't get my friend request or, ignore me or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure if I should message them then, or I know I have to leave, but I don't know how to reach out to them without friend requesting them on my
And
like page.
I don't think it's wrong at all just to shoot someone friend request. When I do that, I typically try, if they accept, I will try within like 24 hours to like send them a private message.
Hmm.
And that's just me.
I do that too.
Yeah. And that's good. Okay. Thank you. Let me see if anyone else had a question. Hang on. Angela, did you have a question? I think someone else did. Can you unmute yours? I can't unmute yours, Angela. Okay, good.
Yeah, I do have a question. I don't know if we have time, but this is kind of silly, but I'm wondering how you know the quality people are liking your page.
That's a loaded question. Okay, I'm just gonna be very blunt and very honest with you. Before I did this, when I was hitting like promote your page button or boosting my stuff, God, I hate this. So